So this is a presentation about a school-wide implementation plan about behavioral contracts by Carly Jasper.
Katarina King,
Brianna Melson.
and Kevin Quinteros.
So the introduction is going to be a little bit about behavior contracts, what they can be used for, and what they include. So behavior contracts can be used to teach, maintain, increase, or decrease target behaviors. Contracts are a mutual agreement between at least two people. This can be a teacher and a student, a caregiver and a child, or in our case, an adult and the professionals that work at the facility. Some things that need to be included in a behavior contract are the expectations. These should be very explicit, very clear, basically listing what needs to be done. Criterion for meeting goals, the criterion for failing to meet goals, and predetermined reinforcers that are decided between the two people. A little bit of research background by Allen, Howard, Sweeney, and McLaughlin. Behavioral contracts have been effective in improving social and academic skills in school-aged children. By Ruzek et al., the theory and practical applications of behavioral contracts emerged in the 1970s. Behavioral contracts can be used to target a wide range of clinical and also educational issues. And from Majika et al., behavioral contracts have been used as a behavioral strategy for decades and originated from the field of ABA, and behaviors are reinforced with praise and rewards.
So next we're going to talk about how to implement a behavioral contract. The materials needed to successfully implement a behavioral contract include printers, laptops, paper, pens, pencils, and iPads. The printer will be shared by all participants. Laptops will be shared among small groups of 3 to 5 individuals. And in addition to materials to create and maintain behavioral contracts, iPads will be used to allow participants to keep track of the points that they earn throughout the week. Next is the step-by-step directions. First is target behaviors. We are to decide which specific behaviors to select for the behavioral contract. When possible, also define the behavior targets for the contract in a positive form. This includes pro-academic or pro-social behaviors. Next is to collaborate and discuss, holding a meeting with all relevant parties. Then identify the tasks that an individual can or cannot do. Details for the contracts, identifying the potential tasks for the contract as well as the potential rewards. In terms of the tasks of the contract, there should be a careful outline of who will perform the task and receive rewards, what the task to be performed is, and when the task must be completed by, and how well the task must be completed in order to receive the reinforcement. And finally, to finalize the contract by writing, reviewing, and signing it.
So this strategy can be used to address needs of the facility in our scenario. Our scenario deals with the Great Opportunities Career Services and Day Program for adults with significant disabilities. The day program focuses primarily on recreation and leisure activities, while the career services focuses more on job training and job placement within the community. There are 200 adults participating in this program with a wide range of intellectual disabilities as well as physical disabilities and autism. And the program currently employs 75 staff members across the day and job training facilities. This team of professionals is composed of a director, assistant directors, occupational therapists, job and life coaches, teachers, speech therapists, assistants, a BCBA for RBTs, and a psychologist. However, out of the 200 adults that qualify for the services of the facility, only 20 adults are actually participating in the life skills classes being offered by the facility. And only 5 adults are employed within the community, and 25 adults are participating within the sheltered workshop offered by the facility. With this in mind, it is clear that Great Opportunities Career Services and Day Program has a very low participation rate among their clients, and this facility would like to see more clients attending the activities that are offered to them. And this is why they are wanting to try a behavioral contract approach to hopefully increase the participation within their facility. And one way that a behavior analyst would know if this is a successful approach is by looking at the data, which every behavior analyst should be looking at the data to assess whether or not progress is being made. So this is an example of a data sheet that could be made for a client with a behavioral contract, and they know that they need to get all of their check marks in order to begin earning their reinforcers. So you can see on Monday and Tuesday, they were missing 2 check marks. However, on Wednesday and Thursday, that was only missing 1 check mark. And then on Friday, they actually were successful in getting all of those check marks. And if this were to continue forward and they were earning more and more consistently all of those check marks, then a behavior analyst could say that they have been successful within this behavior contract and they are earning the reinforcers and they are also engaging in these activities. However, a behavior analyst could also say that maybe this is not the right approach if they were not making that progress, or maybe they were just in a backslide, or perhaps they were not motivated by those reinforcers. And this data sheet or potentially is an example of how we would know if the strategy is successful for our clients.
Overview of implementation. The PBIS team is in charge of developing the school-wide implementation of the reward program. All stakeholders, with the exception of therapists and the psychologists who work directly with clients, will implement the reward program. This includes the coaches, teachers, assistants, and behavior professionals such as the BCBA and the RBTs. Caregivers in the community are highly encouraged to carry out the behavior contract within their homes and job sites or volunteer sites within the community. There will be opportunities for training on how to utilize the behavior contract outside of the facility to ensure confidence when implementing it. Final tips. According to Downing, behavior contracts provide less intrusive management techniques. They give the opportunity for independence, accountability, and boost self-esteem in clients. They can be used in regular classrooms and in all areas of special education. In addition, they can be used in other settings, such as at work and at home. Rather than punishing the client for not following through with their contract, guide them as it helps them to understand what they're doing is wrong and help them identify why it goes against their agreement. And that brings us to the end. Thank you so much for your interest and your attention.